Sponsored by Flowers by Carly Marie, this is the Bloom Brief, a calm look at what is changing in flowers, weddings, and floral design. Today we are giving the quietest part of the bouquet the headline, the green. Because in 2026, foliage is not just the helpful background, it is becoming one of the clearest ways florists create shape, movement, and mood. For years, greenery was often treated as the material that made flowers look fuller. It softened edges, covered gaps, and helped a bouquet feel generous. But the newer foliage trend is different. The leaf, the grass, the vine, and the stem are being used as design features. They are not hiding behind the flowers. They are helping decide the whole silhouette. You can see the shift in the garden world first. RHS Chelsea coverage this year has put attention on native wildflowers, useful plants, grasses, and even plants people might once have dismissed as weeds. Ideal Home described the same mood as wild, naturalistic, and less polished. That matters for floristry because wedding and event flowers borrow from gardens, interiors, fashion, and the way people want a room to feel. Wedding florals are moving in the same direction. Trend reports are pointing to intentional meadows, mossy bases, sculptural greens, asymmetric shapes, and ground-level ceremony flowers that feel as if they have grown around the aisle. For couples, this can feel softer and more personal than a perfectly polished arrangement. For florists, it creates space to design with line, scale, and texture, not only with bloom count. The useful thing to notice is not simply that there is more green, it is what the green is doing. A long stem can point the eye, a curved vine can make a bouquet feel as if it is moving, a soft grass can make a table arrangement feel like a meadow rather than a centerpiece. Seed heads, herbs, and textured leaves can make the design feel seasonal before you even name a single flower. For florists, the opportunity is real, but it needs restraint. This is not about adding random leaves until the arrangement looks bigger. It is about choosing foliage for a reason: line, softness, scent, season, sustainability, or drama. A good green-led design should still feel edited. It can look relaxed, but it should not look accidental. The skill is knowing which green earns its place. For buyers, the most useful phrase is not, "Can we add more greenery?" A better question is, "Can the foliage create movement, shape, or a garden feel?" Or, "Can the table flowers feel meadow-like without blocking conversation?" That gives the florist a design direction instead of a vague request for cheaper filler. It also helps the finished flowers look intentional rather than padded out. The materials can be simple. Soft sage eucalyptus gives calm, grasses give air and movement, trailing vines bring romance, ferns can make a design feel woodland, herbs can add scent, seed heads can add a late summer or autumn feeling. The strongest version often uses fewer, better flowers and lets the green shapes do more of the storytelling. The mistake is thinking this trend is only about volume. More greenery is not automatically more stylish. If every gap is filled, the design can lose the negative space that makes it feel modern. The foliage trend works best when the eye has somewhere to travel, a stem to follow, a curve to notice, a texture that catches the light, and enough breathing room for the flowers that remain. So the big idea is simple. Green is not the absence of colour. It can be the design language. When foliage is chosen carefully, it can make flowers feel more seasonal, more relaxed, and more expensive looking, even when the arrangement is not overloaded. Next time you see a bouquet, do not only look at the blooms, follow the lines, the leaves, and the negative space. That is where a lot of 2026 floral design is quietly happening. Subscribe to the Bloom Brief for calm floral trend briefings sponsored by Flowers by Carly Marie.